We're doing something crazy right now. I am streaming vertical over here on a different page, and then I'm going to do horizontal here. Anyway, the quick tutorial I'm going to do is about Auphonic because my buddy AT wanted to know how to make presets so you can have repeatable output when you're using Auphonic. And Auphonic is my favorite tool when it comes to blessing audio. Like, it fixes all myriad sorts of things. So we're gonna pop over to the browser real quick. I have my Auphonic account set up here. It is auphonic.com. No, I don't have any fancy affiliate links. Just get over there. So what I'm gonna do is drag in this audio file that I need to fix. And basically, because I have these presets, I mean, as you can see, I got a gangbuster of these joints. I'm going to click YouTube SRT because these are my standard settings for YouTube. But rather than hit start production, which I normally do, I'm going to go ahead and hit upload and edit so that way we can make some changes and I can show how it works. And in the meantime, while it's doing that, I'm going to talk to this phone because I'm live streaming to folks over here too. I got the vertical joint going, I got the horizontal joint going, and one day YouTube will be my friend and give me the ability to do both. Let's close all these other unnecessary things so that the browser can be the browser and browse on. Yes, KEH is selling equipment. Oh, they're having a buying event in Miami. Yo, I have a Insta360 Go 3S that I want to get rid of. I have a regular Insta360 Go that I want to get rid of. I'm going to get rid of 3 of the other little cameras, and then I'm going to buy a Nano. So yes, I'm in the same boat, but I have to use that trash that is Facebook Marketplace. I didn't freeze, Kevin. I am still here. Don't freeze me. All right, anyway. So we got a file in here, and there's the name of the file, right? Notion November, moving notes from Apple Notes to Wave. So basically, in this setup, I don't really need title and metadata, but if I wanted to, what I would normally do is copy it from the file because I do tend to pre-name my files, and then I could just paste that here, and then I could close that. And for my output files in this particular setup, I use Wave 24-bit PCM. That's important. I also have it do automatic subtitling because I use those SRTs to replace the one that's on YouTube because in my head, it may not be true anymore, but I always believe that if you add your own subtitle file, YouTube gives you more credit than if you did the auto dubbing subtitle. And by credit, I mean they think you did some extra work, so they're more likely to show your video. It's just in my head. I could just be crazy, but I could do it. It doesn't cost me anything. Let's go. All right, so I have a transcript that I output as an HTML, and I also get a speech file as a JSON. The reason why I export JSON files, because if you ever need to do something crazy, JSON is better at converting text than plain text sometimes because it has some additional information that's in there. Kevin said the horizontal is glitching. All right, can't do nothing about that. All right, so anyway, we're going to come over here, and if you want, you could do automatic chapter and show notes. What I'm also going to do in this setup, AT, is I am adding these to my Google Drive. So now the SRT file, the JSON file, and the HTML file will also get sent to Google Drive because I'm just decided I should keep a database of the transcripts of all the videos I created, which is really stupid because I figured this out like last week. And I'm on day 378 of videos. I should have did this a year ago. But anyway, from here to 4, any content I make, I'll automatically have the transcript saved in Google because then I can build a personal context for the LLM that knows how I talk in videos and in my brain. Again, weird place to hang out, so more stuff can come out. So here are my settings that I set. I use the default leveler. Bingo. Sometimes if I know I have music, I'll do music and speech. I only have music at the end, so we're going to leave that alone. Use default leveler. I use my leveler strength at 100. I set my compressor for auto. If you click this, it'll let you see less. So always make sure you have the little 3 slider thing turned on. Then under filtering, I'm going for auto voice EQ because that's what I'm doing. For YouTube, I do -16 loudness at full scale. In theory, YouTube actually understands -14, but a lot of people be watching from their TV and I don't want to blast them. So I use -16 loudness at full scale. I set my peak to auto. I don't do dual mono, and I use dialogue loudness because I don't have that much music in my joint. Under noise reduction, my room is quiet. I don't have a lot of weird noise, no fan noise, no whatever. So actually I set this to low. In this room, I could probably set it to 3, but I just leave it at 6. For room reverb, I'm going to put this back to low. I had jacked it up the other day because I was doing something with the YOLO Cam S3 and the camera was kind of far away. It made a lot of noise, so I moved it back. And then under remove breathings, I set it for high because I'm asthmatic and I'll be sounding like Darth Vader's nephew in my videos if I don't do that. So I turn that off so it doesn't make as much noise. And I don't do automatic cutting, but if you wanted to, it could do that. So once you have all your settings the way you like them, you could literally say save as a preset. And then under new preset, I could write in AT Gumbo, and then that will be my new preset. And then I can just go ahead and say save preset. If you're ever updating a preset that you've already made, you can click this dot to do update an existing preset. So I'll just go ahead and say save the preset. And what it's fitting to do is go ahead and start this production. It tells me what it's going to do. It tells me I have 11 hours and 8 minutes of credit left over. No biggie. I have it set to auto filled up when it gets down to 2. And you get 2 hours of credit a month for free. So if you don't pay for Auphonic and you don't produce 2 hours of content a month, you lazy, get to work. Or you can just add a bucket and fill it up when you need it. Oh, now you asked me about the ducking feature after I done left the dang page. David Mellon Farman Hunt. Hold on, player. All right, got to make a new production. Damn it, David. That is best done when you have multiple audio tracks from multiple people. So what you can do is do a new multi-track production. And then under file 1, when me and Mary Lou recorded yesterday, and we have Billy. Let's see, which one of these folders got 22 gigs in it? Here we go. All right, so on my screen for track 1, I'm going to choose a file. Okay, and under choose a file, I am going to put in my main mic, which is Doc Rock. Where is it? Main mic. I'm going to drop it in. So there's the main mic. Bingo. And then I'm going to say add an audio track. And under add an audio track, actually I should do the rest first. So I don't need noise reduction for me. Level of strength the same. Music classification is speech track. And my stereo is going to be center, foreground, background. You can leave it at auto. Duck this track. Boop, ba, ba, da, 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 da. Anyway, and then leave track gain and call it a day. And again, if you don't need those, you can turn them off. But if you go foreground, background, auto, it'll figure it out by itself. All right, for the track 2, let me label this Doc, D-O-C. And then for the track 2, let's cancel that. Let me label this Lou, L-O-U. And then I will click on choose the fillet. Come over here and select Mary Lou Mandal. Bingo. And then same thing with the filter. No need noise reduction to her. Her joint was good. If her cat was making noise, I would add it. Everything else is the same. Make sure that this is a speech track. And then I'm going to leave this at auto so I don't have to give it that. I'm going to add one more again. And we're going to name this as Bobby Vegas. Bingo. Hit choose the fillet. And click over here, Billy Throp. Bingo, bango. And then same thing, filter's good, advanced leveling, make sure that it's on a speech track, all is good. And again, it's all here, auto magic. And so then I'm gonna just do this as an MP3 file so I don't waste my credit. And then of course, if I wanted to, I could put on my speech recognition and use Whisper. And then I can say, see you with Billy, call out the name of the file. See you with Billy. And then under, I could do automatic show notes, which is gangster. And then under the speech detection, I could, there's a place to add how many speakers. Where did it go? It didn't let me do it. Maybe they took it away. It used to be a place that would let you put how many speakers, but I think now it's smart enough to sort of figure it out. All right, everything else is the same. Remove any mic bleed. So if you're in the same room and your person talking to your other person, it just person, it kind of smooths that out. Adaptive noise gate, I'm going to leave it at default leveler. You could always go into broadcast mode, which requires you to do a little bit more craziness, but so far default has always been straight gangster. And then under program loudness, I select dialogue loudness again, and I'm not going to do auto cutting, and it will auto duck these here tracks. So I can save this as a preset. Boom. And then call it podcast talking. And then hit go. So I don't have to remember all those things again. Hey girl, press the button. I am a nightmare walking. Anyway, what are you doing? I said go. Save. Anyway, turn this off. Oh, I can go back to the production. Now we're good. Then I can say start. And then it's going to say start, and it'll upload them files. This one is done. Yo, what is up, Upper Room TV? Good to see you. Appreciate you. Marianne. ¿Cómo está? What is up, Ate? She is up. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and press download that file because I need it, and I'm going to download the SR Tizzle because I need that. And then now I could just finish popping it in Final Cut. And let's see what this guy is doing. It is uploading files. Yo, Kevin, we're probably stressing the hang out of this machine because I am live streaming, editing in Final Cut, and also live streaming over here off the same connection. So if it's acting silly, that's probably what's crack-a-lacking. Why did you not download the file? Come on, girl. Come on, baby. Kick them daisies. Sometimes, I tell you, Auphonic, for some reason at night when I be trying to download my files, I'm at the same time that they are doing whatever file, what do you call it, server maintenance. They somehow be doing server maintenance every time I'm trying to get it done. It's killing me. It's killing me. Let me see what we got in here. I also need to say thanks for your guidance. I've looked into my first content retainer outside of the house today. First post went live. Gangsta! Yay! That's off the hook. That is off the hook. All right, what are you doing, man? Oh, there he goes. It just triggered. The download thing just triggered just this second. How crazy is that? All right. Boom. Yo, thank you, fam. I appreciate you. David said, enough said. Yo, Auphonic is the bomb, dude. Auphonic is the bomb. Because I think there's most people's content budgets on the real. You could also go, if you got a heavy load, like you edit for other people, you're looking at 24 bones a month, right? If you go to monthly, it's 13. It's only a little bit more. But what I do is I go by this. I throw $150 at it once every year and a half to 2 years. Or you can keep it low budget. You can go and throw 88 bones at it. That gives you 50 hours. That means you could create a 1 hour podcast every week. Take off for Christmas and vacation, you're good. Cost you 80 bones. I mean, it's sick. And I used to like it when they had the desktop ad. I kind of wish they brought it back. But let's not forget, in the 50 hours, if you gave them the 88 bones, they add 2 additional hours per month no matter what. It says it right here. So even if you have one of these pro joints, it actually keeps adding, right? So I've been in here where I open the joint, and it's oh, you got 100 hours. And I come back next week because I ain't did nothing. Be like, oh, you got 102 hours. So I think it's cheap. I just do the one-time credits because I don't always know what my workflow is going to look like. Recently, I've been smoking these credits. And then also, we've been using a lot of credits for the flow and for Ecamm stuff lately. So I've been cooking through them. But whatever. Auphonic is gangsta. Gangsta. I'm a star. It's still processing that work. Servers is hustling. Let me drop this other file that I made onto Final Cut so I can export this dang video. And no, I will not try to upload it while we're streaming from 2 phones. One for the plug and one for the load. That would be real stupid. Sorry, people's ears while I'm doing this. Let me just check. Make sure it worked. I'm sorry. Almost done. Almost done. Don't scream. November almost. We'll get back to the regularly scheduled content soon. Right about now, the algorithm is going to show you another video they think you should watch, and I agree with him. Gangsta. Gangsta. He is in the building. Now I can upload this video to the internet and call it a day. Boom. Oh, I got to make a thumbnail. Right here. This is where I want it. Pasty, pasty. Boom. Gangsta, gangsta, gangsta. Okay, export. Bingo, bango. And then put in my title. Bingo. Done. Man, I love it. I love shooting a video with Ecamm because I can just get it sent out mad quick. Like, my editing times now is on average 5 to 6 minutes. And that's including Auphonic, put the file back, add the end card, get it out of there. I don't like editing video because it takes too long. Cool, stop editing. Just say what you got to say. Leave all your mess ups in there. Call it a. Ain't nobody think you professional know-how. Just go. Just put the joints out there. I got 2 more in the works, so fingers crossed everything goes well with those ones too. Fam, that is dope, Kev. I mean, you know, for the longest time in the beginning, you're a good example. I should actually say this example more often. In the beginning, you said from jump that you are creating the content, but you're kind of the content creator for wifey. I was like, okay. But then you kept saying like, oh, I want to make content, I want to make content. And I'm like, okay. And then you're like, no, man, I got to keep wifey's joint going because her joint's more important. And I keep saying this. The creator, I hate the word creator economy, but I just wanted so that people can understand just in case somebody watch this later. The creator economy exists of creators, but it also creator support. And one of the things you could probably make more money as creator support than being the actual creator. Because as creator support, you can have 10 clients. As the creator, you only got 1 of you. So people that be editing videos for other people that remote produce for other people that do just back end support, right? So I got a buddy who lives in Hawaii, but he has a bunch of cousins and they live in Cebu City, which is in the PI. And there's like 10 of them. And all they do is social media posts, edit, and thumbnails. And they are booked. Like you can't get no more people in there. And so my man's is sitting here making passive income because he sends all these jobs to his cousins down in the PI that do all the work. And then he just handles the sales and marketing and billing and, you know, liability, legal stuff, everything. And it's cool. Like he's helping feed his family. He's still getting work done here, creating his own content and kind of running a agency, you know, in the PI. So there's people here that have no idea how to hook up with a PI VA, or they're just scared. So they need VAs here in the US. And so I'm like, yo, there's people that just won't do that, man. I know people who are good at editing and they're like, oh no, I don't want to edit other people's video. And they'll be complaining about being broke. I don't get it. Like, if you want to buy a new computer, go get like 7 editing jobs and then buy a fully laced out MacBook Pro like it ain't nobody's business. You know what I mean? Yeah. I got another buddy of mine just started an editing agency, and I believe they charge their clients like $1,000 a month retainer, period. And then they cook. It's crazy. It's crazy. My golf business get me in front of the camera. I ended up going ham over producing the project. Stop overproducing it, man. You know what it is. That is the hardest thing, family. It is the hardest thing. Okay, I think we got this. Maybe the reason why the horizontal one was tripping, Troy, is because it was uploading all of those big files to Auphonic. And that makes sense that it did that. But anyway, the upload is over now. So it's finishing this speech rec. And I'm going to pull it down once it's done. And then I'll send it to David so he can kind of hear to see what it came out like. And then go from there. But yeah, I'm ready to upload this next video. So I need this to stop so that I can send the file to David. And then I can be done. And I can be done. But hopefully AT got what she needed. Like, I got presets for days up in this piece, bro. I got presets for days. I'm always in here messing around, making more. I got tons. And then when you get done, you can just clean them out. Oh, the video podcast that we did with Billy was technically an hour long. And I was sitting at 12 hours when I started. So that particular one that I did for AT actually eats up 3 hours because it was, you know, with Billy on there. But again, I don't care about the credits. I just refill them joints when they get empty. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at my productions, I got tons. And these are all from just like, this is like 10/27. So this was the end of the month. And then I could just load some more because I'll be in here. I'll even take videos that I create on my phone where the audio is a little sus, and I'll upload the whole movie, like from your phone, right? Say you record a 2-minute short on your phone. I'll upload that movie to Auphonic. Auphonic will fix the audio. I'll download that movie. I'll upload it to YouTube. Like that. And that joint would sound good. It would sound good. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's going to be dope, though. It's all story and character based, not just product. Dude, that is sick. That is sick. Kev, I got a buddy here who has a store called Roots and Relics. His daughter's my dear friend. Like, we kind of grew up together. Homie is closing his business. Troy will know. He's closing his business after about 45 years. This store is full of nothing but used golf clubs. He does sell some new, but the primary business, people go out here, buy like a tailor-made screamer or some shit. They hit golf balls like 8 times and then they gone. Or people move in and out of Hawaii. Like, it's a very transient, sort of spot. And I was like, if somebody would just go in his store with a telephone and sling clubs on whatnot for the next month, between the two of them, they could probably make $100 grand. If I wasn't busy, I would be, Keith, move over. He's like, what are you doing, Doc? I am selling all these damn clubs before you close the store. And he'd be like, what? Because at one point they had, and Troy will know, at one point they had a whole entire eBay business, which was just slinging clubs. And that business acquired like 7 employees. I know because I was one of the first. I was the first one that was helping them do a lot of the HTML stuff, just slinging clubs. So if you could find, Kevin, a golf store like Roots and Relics in the Bay Area, and you go in there and you're like, yo, fam, let me sling some of this golf clubs on whatnot. And they'd be like, what that is? And you'd be like, I'm going to take 25% of any sale. You just tell me the price. And you just sit there, like, make it a show. You show up every week, 2 hours. You sit there, you sling clubs. Bro, you will make a grip. You will make an absolute grip. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. There's a lady here that has a used handbag store. And fashion be bopping. And they don't know how to do Depop and Poshmark and eBay and all the other mess. I'm like, somebody just take a phone and a mobile Wi-Fi and sit there and sling consignment handbags on whatnot, eBay Live. Family, you would make a grip, a absolute freaking grip. They already got guys out here. Yep, see, that makes sense. I'm just saying, bro, like, find one of them cities that, got the other courses nearby, like just off the beaten path. I mean, I would even probably go looking for, Amazon return golf clubs, see if you could buy a box and just have them sent to you. Okay, the files is done, David. You see how it is. I'm going to download this MP3. It's only 50 megs. I'm going to stick it in Google Drive and messages to you, and then you can go and take a look. And if y'all want to see what the HTML transcript look like, let me pull that real quick, and I'll pop it into a new page so you can see that it's actually pretty cool. This thing is genius, bro. Let's drop it into here. New page. See, look, automatic show notes, podcast kickoff. There's no maybe money mindset. If you've seen the show, you know that's right. Introduction to Billy Throp, the power of getting focused, getting unstuck, building a lifestyle business, the importance of values, reselling products. Bingo, just talked about it. Managing backlogs, the art of product reviews, taking action for brand deals, and closing them thoughts. Boom, there's a brief summary. And here it is. It actually knows Doc, Billy, Lou. She said, anybody that came to the show knows that Lou starts the show with Peekaboo. Come on, son. This joint is good. Like, it knows what happened. There's the breakdown of the chapter. I'm just saying, fam. I'm just saying. If you know, you know. This joint is sick with it. So if you ain't know about Auphonic before, you better get your weight up, fam. Get your weight up. Anyway, I got to end this here impromptu stream. It was a live stream. Teach my mans how to do this and, be about that life. And then I got to upload this other video. So I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, press the like button, press the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. I don't know who need to hear this, but if it's you, let me know in the comment section below. And right about now, the algorithm is going to share another video. Think you should watch? I agree with him.